Hello my friend, in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Spotify playlists and basically how you can run Facebook ads to Spotify playlists to basically confirm that your Facebook ads are actually working and are actually generating real streams. I think it's really important when you are experimenting with Facebook ads that you really place the most importance on making sure that for however much money that you're spending on Facebook ads, it's actually turning into real streams. It can be really easy to kind of get caught up with things like cost per results and all the fancy numbers inside of the Facebook ads manager. But at the end of the day, if you have a great cost per result in Facebook, but it's actually generating zero streams, it's all useless. So it's important to not get too sucked into that. And one of the main reasons that I would recommend starting off with playlist ads, playlist ad campaigns, those kind of things, or even using this kind of technique to just confirm that your targeting and ads are working correctly and not hitting bots. Basically, especially for beginners, I think the main thing is very simple. With the main thing being that there can be a lot of stress on an artist to make sure that a new song performs well. You spent so much time creating a brand new song, you put it out into the world, and obviously you want that song to get as much attention as possible. But the truth is, especially when you're starting off, it can take a while to dial in Facebook ads, like the targeting and all that stuff correctly, and make sure that you have it set up correctly. And starting off with playlist ads like this is a really great way to make sure that everything is set up correctly and that you actually are generating streams before you actually start applying these techniques to a new release or anything like that. And before showing you the actual technique here, I wanted to just briefly mention why I think this is so important. I kind of brushed on this a little bit, but one of the first reasons is that one, this will help you make sure that your ads are set up correctly without the pressure of having a new release and trying to make that release done as well as possible. The second is that you want to confirm that you're not targeting bots and click farms by tracking how many streams your songs gets from that playlist in the Spotify for Artists dashboard, which is what I'm about to show you. Three is that you could actually start building out a Spotify playlist all on your own, and this can be a very useful asset because as you're releasing new songs, you can be adding that new song to your Spotify playlist and having that as another source of streams. And then lastly, this is a great way to refine and optimize your audience targeting. So as you're experimenting with maybe sending to different countries, maybe if you're experimenting between conversion campaigns and traffic campaigns, which I wouldn't recommend, or if you're just simply trying out different kind of targeting options, different similar artists and genres and all that kind of stuff, you can actually more directly confirm that these are actually turning into streams by using Spotify playlists. So with that said, that's kind of an overview of why I think this is so important. And we're now going to jump into a section of a video from a free course that I have out there. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Facebook Ads for Spotify Success. It's a little piece of a video from that course, and I think you'll find it useful. If you want to check out the complete course, there will be a link to in the description below if you want to check that out. Otherwise, we're going to switch over now to the actual little tutorial part. In this example, we're doing it with a playlist, and I do want to kind of riff on that and tell you a little bit more about why I'd recommend starting it off with playlists as a beginner. And I do mention that earlier in the course material that a big reason is that it can be easy to target bots, and it can be easy when you're first starting to not really know what audiences to target at first. So it's a nice idea to start with playlist campaigns because, for one, it's not a new release, so there's a lot less stress trying to dial everything in and get everything running perfectly. But another really big reason is that it can really be helpful when dialing in your ads to make sure that you're not hitting any bots or click farms or anything like that. And there's a very specific way that you can do this. So by heading over to the Spotify for Artists dashboard, as you can see right here, you can head over to Music, and you can go over to your song. So we'll use this same example. I have a song called Soul Food. And then what you can do is you can actually click Playlists. And then what you can do is you can see right here, this is my name, first name and last name, and I have my own playlist called Lo-Fi Running Beats to Run To. And I can see specifically in the last 28 days that this playlist that I have has brought in 421 streams. So this is really important when you're first starting out, because that way what you can do is you can run ads for a day, hop into the Spotify for Artists dashboard, click this, get to this playlist section for this song. You can actually go to the last 24 hours, and you can see that in the last 24 hours, this playlist has gotten me 20 streams. And that's really important because this is going to be a very simple and effective way for you to jump into the very effective way for you to jump into the Spotify for Artists dashboard and then jump into the song and then confirm after a day's data has been collected that you spent X money on ads, and very specifically that playlist has brought in X amount of streams. If the playlist, say on Facebook, it says you got 20 conversions, view contents, whatever it is, cost per result, and you head over back into the Spotify for Artists dashboard. And granted, of course, if this is you are sending the music link to that playlist, if you come back in here and you see that the playlist has got you 0 streams, that means your Facebook ads are not working. That means you're going to need to make sure that you're hitting, locations that don't have bots. You might need to rethink your target audience, stuff like that. You might want to give it a couple days, maybe 1, 2, 3 days. Make sure that you give it some time to work correctly, but this is a really fail-safe way for you to jump in, make sure that your ads are actually, driving streams. Because if you do not do it this way, the only other way that you can kind of tell is if you, instead of sending it to a specific playlist, if you are sending it to your profile, you can kind of tell by heading over to like the main page of the song and then heading down, and you can see just by judging the percentage of streams from your profile and catalog, which is not a very you can't really confirm that it's coming from Facebook ads in here. You're doing a little bit of guesswork. That's really one of the biggest reasons I would recommend starting with playlist campaigns, is because you can 100% confirm that your targeting and your ads are working. And then also this will just make it a lot easier so that when you are gearing up to promote a new release with Facebook ads, with this same method, you would do it almost exactly the same, but just change that button to go directly to the song or directly to your profile instead of to a playlist. At least when you get to that point, you can use the targeting audiences that you've used previously in the Facebook ads campaign you created for a playlist, and you can be rest assured knowing that this kind of setup does actually work for you and does drive meaningful streams, so that you're not wasting your money and getting all stressed out during a new release. And hello again, my friend. I hope that you found that little tutorial useful. As you can see, by doing it this way, especially if you're starting out or if you're trying anything kind of, I guess, a bit more experimental and you want to confirm that you actually are generating streams from this, this is really a really important thing that you should definitely experiment with and try. And if you're a beginner to Facebook ads, I think this is a no-brainer. This would be 100% my recommendation to start with this way, so that you can make sure that everything's working and you're not wasting your money or anything like that. With that said, if you did find this video useful, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Otherwise, good luck on your next release. Good luck on building out your Facebook ads and your Spotify playlists. And I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.